All right, well, welcome everyone to our Monday, May 19th Business Board meeting. I call the meeting to order, and I welcome our treasurer, Mr. Bertram, to call the roll, please.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter.
Here.
Mrs. Stewart.
Here.
Mrs. Shiver.
Here.
Dr. Urso.
I'm here.
And Mr. Moore said he could not make it this evening.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So move.
Thank you. And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, concerns? I take that as a no, and I welcome Mr. Bertram to call the roll.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter.
Yes.
Mrs. Stewart.
Yes.
Mrs. Shiver.
Yes.
Dr. Urso.
Yes. Cruising along brings us to our consent agenda. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Any questions, comments?
Nope.
Wanted to highlight a couple things. I was looking down and noticed the contributions. Mr. Bertram, we always do a nice job highlighting these. With Midi Olympics, Air Products and Chemicals, the Kiwanis Club of Middletown was very generous. Sodexo, the Rotary Club, the High Concrete Group, all were extremely generous in contributing to our high school and Midi Olympics, and wanted to just extend our appreciation. I think last meeting I mentioned too, Baraka Church,
A lot of in-kind donations.
yeah, a lot of people who did a lot of things to make that event what it was. Ms. Hauser, anything to kind of acknowledge within the consent agenda?
Yep, just some high-level information. We have the standard OSHA membership contract. Really, that's just saying that we're going to abide by the guidelines and the bylaws of the OSHA Association. Our NWEA renewal, NWEA is MAP. That's the assessment that we administer to all of our K through high school students 3 times a year. We see our Hamilton County ESC contract. We have 6 teachers at the high school that will be undergoing training, which will allow them to teach CCP classes at the high school next school year. Then we have a contract for Test Hound, which is software which it organizes all testing accommodations for our students when it's testing time. And that's all.
Any other questions, comments, thoughts? There are none, then Mr. Bertram.
Mrs. Stewart.
Yes.
Mrs. Shiver.
Yes.
Dr. Urso.
Abstain.
And Mrs. Ramsey Hunter.
Yes.
That brings us to Human Resources and an MOU within the Human Resources that I believe I'm instructed to read. But first off, is there a motion for approval for the MOU?
So moved.
And a
Second.
Thank you. And that would take us to me reading, so buckle up. I'm going to do my best.
Okay.
This agreement is entered into this, 19th day of May 2025 by and between the Board of Education of Middletown City School District and the Middletown Teachers Association. These parties will collectively be referred to as parties, whereas the district and the MTA have executed collective bargaining agreements effective from July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2026, and whereas Middletown City Schools was invited to participate in a one-time event at the DC inaugural parade, and whereas due to the unique circumstances, the district would like to compensate employees for their time at the event, now therefore be it resolved that in exchange for mutual promises contained below, the parties agree as follows. 1, the following employees of the Middletown City School District will be provided the following compensation for their work and time for the DC inaugural parade. Should I read their names?
You don't need to.
Okay. 2, the board and association further acknowledge, agree, and understand that nothing contained herein shall be construed or utilized as past practice or precedent setting in any related or unrelated current or future grievance or arbitration, litigation, or matter of contract interpretation involving the board and association. 3, the MOU constitutes the full and complete understanding of the parties concerning this subject matter, and any amendments or modifications must be in writing signed by the parties. This agreement shall be effective with the signatures of the parties and shall expire on June 30th, 2025. Is that it? It seems so. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? Would you like me to read it again?
No.
What's the total of that compensation?
It is 500 for, it looks like 7 employees and 1,000 for the 2 people that were the leads.
The leads.
And so in total, it looks like 2,000, 3, 4, 5.
4,500.
Yeah, just about.
Thank you.
Other questions, comments?
No.
If there are none, then Mr. Bertram.
Mrs. Shiver?
Yes.
Dr. Urso?
Yes.
Mrs. Ramsey-Hunter?
Yes.
And Mrs. Stewart?
Yes.
Motion carries, and thank you for working on that. I do appreciate all the folks who went above and beyond, including you, Mr. Bertram, and you, Ms. Hauser, for the work that went in to make that such a good experience for our students. Under special education, there's an approval of special education model policies and procedures. Is there a motion for approval?
I make a motion approval?
And a second, please?
Second.
Do I need to read this one too? Good grief, am I getting overtime for this? All right, there. Middletown City School District, Board of Education, Butler and Warren Counties, resolution number, it's not in there. What resolution, does it need a number?
It gets a number once it's approved in the
All right. Resolution adopting the special education model policies and procedures developed by the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce. Whereas the Ohio Revised Code Section 3323.08 requires each school district to provide assurances to the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce that the district will provide for the education of children with disabilities within its jurisdiction and has in effect policies, procedures, and programs that are consistent with the policies and procedures adopted by ODEW. Whereas ODEW developed special education model policies and procedures that a Board of Education may adopt to fulfill the requirements set forth in Ohio Revised Code Section 3323.08. Whereas ODEW modified the model policies and such modifications are outlined and reflected in version 1 of the 2025 model policies, whereas the Board of Education, Middletown City School District has reviewed in the modified model policies and desires to adopt the modified model policies. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Education of the Middletown City School District. Section 1, the Board of Education hereby adopts ODEW's modified model policies in their entirety, which includes the revisions outlined in version 1 of the 2025 model policies. Section 2, the Board of Education directs all district staff to use and comply with the modified model policies. Section 3, the Board of Education authorizes the superintendent to notify ODEW and the Board of Education's adoption of the modified model policies through ODEW's monitoring system by uploading a copy of this resolution. Section 4, the Board of Education acknowledges that the model policies, while comprehensive, do not include every requirement set forth in the Individuals with Disability Education Improvement Act of 2004, the regulations implementing IDEA, the Ohio Operating Standards for Ohio educational agencies serving children with disabilities, the Ohio Revised Code and/or Ohio Administrative Code, and the Board of Education recognizes its obligation to follow these laws and regulations as well as applicable case law in the event there is a conflict between their requirements and the board adopted model policies. Section 5, this resolution shall be effective upon passage. I forget, did I take a motion in a second on this?
We did.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Is there-
I have a question. If you're a public school, do you have any choice?
No. I was
So
gonna say,
this
do
is
you
just a
want me to sum
formality.
it up for you? Yeah, so we have to do it. It's a formality. I shared with the board the summary of changes that you'll see in the document. And if you think about it, you can draw a parallel to what we just did with all of our policies. We updated them, we updated the verbiage, we updated the laws, we worked with OSBA. That's exactly what we're doing here. In the past, when we had the previous manual, the board had to sign something that said that we were going to follow all the laws. Nope, we don't. We do not have a choice. We do follow the laws. It's not going to change anything that we do. As laws are changed with special education, we have to update our practices. This is ODU updating the final manual.
Can you think of a situation in Section 4 where it says, if it's not outlined in this document, but it's outlined in operating standards for Ohio educational agencies serving children with disabilities. What's the difference?
So I think that's a catch-all phrase where if something does come up that they have not thought about in the manual,
Okay.
it's covered in that phrase.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will add that we did run this past our legal
Yeah.
counsel. And,
Yeah.
yep,
Okay.
it's submitted as is.
Okay.
Thank you for
Yeah,
this
I mean,
question.
and it's law.
Yeah.
We have to follow the law.
Other questions, comments?
No.
All right, Mr. Burchell.
Dr. Urso?
Yes.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter?
Yes.
Mrs. Stewart?
Yes.
Mrs. Shiver?
Yes.
District committee reports. Ms. Hauser, anything? It's only been a week.
No district reports.
All right, Board of Education reports. Ms. Ramsey Hunter, see you down there. Anything to report?
I'd just like to say how awesome it was. I attended the awards event Friday. It was very delightful seeing all the young future college freshmen and entrepreneurs and adults now into the real world that are graduating this Wednesday. They had a lot of awards that I was impressed with, and they were just seeing that class. It was just awesome. This being my first time being a board member, I just was very honored to be there and be a part of it, along with the retirees luncheon. So I just thought it was very cool and interesting how well these children are, and really it's being a product of this city. It's just rewarding seeing that, and then even the teachers that retired and the professionals. I just was very proud to be at MIDI. That's all.
Thank you. Anything to report tonight?
Congratulations to all the retiring teachers. The luncheon was excellent. It's a pleasure to hang out with them during lunch, and I wish them well. I told all of them, don't come back, enjoy retirement. I can tell all of them love Middletown so much. All we need to do is ask. Some are coming back anyway, but that's great.
They are.
Yes, I too want to thank them for all their years of service and know how much they're appreciated. I even was able to congratulate a young lady that I taught many years ago.
Who's retiring?
Yes, she's retiring. So there you go. And another thing in regard to what Tara said too about the awards, I'm always impressed with those people that have awards in honor of a loved one who
Oh, yeah.
year after year after year bring that to the kids. I think that means a lot to the kids too, to know that someone thinks that much of their education and experiences that they would put money forward like that.
That's right.
So that's very impressive. That's all I have.
Thank you. Yesterday, I was able to go to Oxford and attend, although it was so crowded, I think I sat behind the stage for most of it, but it was the graduation for the Miami Regionals, where we had a variety of young people who are a part of the Early College Academy. Got to see Carter and Hope and Logan and Talon Malicote and Evelyn and all the other nice young people who walked across the stage, earned their associate's degree, while also tomorrow, or Wednesday, we'll walk across our stage, and a lot of hard work for those young folks, and they've done a really nice job. I got to know them really well, Cadence and Layla and Shayla and Maureen and Ms. Cook, all kinds of really neat young folks who really did a nice job balancing the rigor of college while also being a part of their high school experience. I mean, it's not easy, and they really did a nice job. So I'm super, super, super proud of them, and was excited to be a part of it, even though I had an awful seat to watch it. But the retirement luncheon, I got to sit next to the plumber. Was it Frank or Chuck? I forget his first name.
Ralph.
Ralph. I was, no, we're close. Ralph. Sorry, Ralph. Ralph had a very long last name, too. I don't even want to try it. But he was a super nice gentleman. Received a gold plunger in honor of his long legacy helping out in that extremely important role within our district. And then all the different stories that the principal shared just allude to the amount of impact a teacher has. And that leads into just a thank you to our MTA, our MCEA. At the end of the school year, people rush out and hopefully relax and enjoy the summer, but to know that they're appreciated and that we know it's difficult. And to get to where they were in their career, 30, 32, 35, 40 years, what was it? 45 years of service
Crow.
To the district is admirable. But so is 1 or 2 or 3 years, and the people who have just started their journey in Middletown. So thank you to all of them. And thank you to the folks like Ralph, who aren't always celebrated, but deserve to be celebrated, whether it be they drive buses or clean up after lunch or serve kids and do all the other roles within a district that make it what it is. Districts are people, and these are great people, and we have super impressive and smart and talented people in our district, and just want to make sure they know that we really appreciate them. The awards ceremony, unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend. I appreciate that you guys were able to attend, but celebrate those young folks who have just did school well.
Whenever it went.
Yeah, and are going to do life well
Yes.
After they walk across our stage. So congratulations to them. I also saw the great pictures from prom. Always happy to see a safe, happy, and enjoyable event like that. And so kudos to the young folks, but thank you to the adults that organized that and spent their time making sure everything was going as it should go. And so thank you for that. I think that's it. And so I'll pass it on to Mr. Bertram.
All right, yes, the retirement ceremony was very enjoyable, delightful. The table I sat with, 3 of the 6 retirees were very nervous to be retiring. Not sure if they think they're making the right move or not. They'll wait and see. And of course, as it was said at the celebration, after 60 days, they are welcome to come back. We'd be happy to have many of these people come back if it wasn't the right thing for them. And so very, very happy for them. I'm not sure how many years that represents of experience that we're losing, and sad to see them go, but happy for them. And Dr. Urso, boy, you just enlightened me. How many young adults do we have getting their associate's degree before they're getting their high school diploma?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, gosh, I would say 15 to 20.
Students getting their
Before
associate's
they're- yeah.
degree before getting
Might be
their
high,
high
might be
school.
low. I don't know if I'm getting the showcase at the end of I'm close in terms of that, but they're going to a lot of different places. Some are staying in Middletown, and I know Evelyn, young lady, is going to go and do criminal justice at the Miami Regionals and aspires to be in law enforcement. And Talon Malico is going into cybersecurity, I believe, or something within that at Miami Oxford.
Degrees we didn't know existed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yours
I
is
got his
important.
wrong. I think he might be doing some engineering, and there's a couple others. Shaylee, I think, wants to be a teacher. Shaylee Rogers, phenomenal young lady. If you go to Cracker Barrel, you'll see her there waiting tables. Just a really eclectic, nice, smart, talented group of young folks that I had the privilege to work with last year. And so,
Very exciting, and I will tell you that the highlight of my year, one of the highlights is graduation. I'm really looking forward, between the raindrops on Wednesday, if not Thursday, to see that through for all of our hardworking seniors.
So just to extend the retirement, that's 852 years that you see in front of you. So retiring, yeah, of the 23 people that you see in front of you on the screen, that's 852 years of experience with Middletown City Schools. Those of you that were at the retirement luncheon, you heard it was 37, 45, 38, 39. The majority of the years were in the upper 30s. So these people have been with us for many, many years. And it was really cool to see the connections between the different people in the room that we didn't know had connections, right? Between you, Miss Ramsey Hunter, and our teacher at Wildwood. Yep. Chris Emmert at Wildwood, right? Just the different connections in the room. Miss Scheibert, you just mentioned you had a connection with someone in the room. People that had gone to school together, or they had taught someone, or they went to school with their sister, or there were so many connections in the room. But that's 852 years of experience that you see in front of you. And they were all together in one room, which was really pretty cool on Thursday. So we always say, too, after 60 days, always welcome back. Some of them are coming back. Coming back as tutors. We say once a Middie, always a Middie. Many of them do. Down the road will come back in one way, shape, or form, and they're always welcome back. Graduation, I will say just to everyone, please keep an eye on social media and your email. We are keeping an eye on the weather. We'll know tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, if we're going forward with Wednesday graduation or if we're going to move that back to our rain date on Thursday. So keep an eye. We'll be making that call tomorrow morning. Also, Thursday for students, school's out for summer. Yeah, that reminds me of the song School's Out for Summer, right? So all of our students, that will be their last day, and then they'll be going home for the summer. So we wish them well. Teachers will still be with us for a couple more days. But then we set into summer mode here in Middletown City Schools, and that looks like, we still have teachers coming for professional development. We kick into getting our buildings ready for next school year. We, working on our grounds, working on our buildings, and really preparing for the 25-26 school year. So just say to everyone, have a great and safe summer. We're here if you need us. Knock on the door, come visit.
Oh, I should say Butler Tech's graduation is
Tomorrow night.
At the Centos Center.
Mhm. That's right. Lots of graduations.
Lots of graduations.
Anything else this evening, or is there a motion for adjournment?
So move.
Second.
All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Have a good evening.
There we go.